Well, let's turn to Senator Ali Ndume, who is live for us in Maiduguri, in our Maiduguri studio. Thank you so much, Senator, and it's good to see you again.
Thank you, Sheung. How are you doing?
I'm good. Let's begin with the, I will come to the tax issue, or if you like, maybe we should begin from there. What's your view about the position of the president and the presidency that it would not withdraw the tax reforms bills? Some leaders of the North and the National Economic Council had argued that these should be withdrawn and reassessed. But what's your position? You're a federal lawmaker. It will soon get into the hands of you and your colleagues.
Well, it has even gotten to us because it went through first reading. But my advice is that as the northern governors and the National Economic Council has said that we should withdraw, the president should withdraw the bill, should do more consultation, and he should carry Nigerians and the public. But if it goes on like that, I can tell you that it will be death on arrival.
Why do you think so?
And
have you been able to study the bills? Have you been able to look at it carefully?
We don't need to study the bill. From what Matthew said now, I don't need to be educated. The general thing is that Nigerians are not willing to talk or to hear or to pay any tax now, considering the situation that we have faced. Because this is government of the people, for the people, and by the people. So it is not by, I respect the expertise, Matthew, who said so many things now, but it doesn't make political sense to me. So, in fact, let me say here again that a country like Ghana that are our neighbor, they are working on tax reforms that will reduce the burden on the citizens. In fact, they have abolished most of the taxes. Like that VAT is reduced from 17% to 3%. They have abolished tax on airline tickets. They have abolished so many things. I sent you a copy this afternoon, Sheung.
Yeah.
So Nigeria is not an issue of paying tax. Nigerians are willing to pay tax, but they can only pay tax when they can afford it. Right now, people are not even able to afford afford what they can eat. People are struggling to survive. Let people live first before you start asking them for tax. And these our industries are even leaving Nigeria right now because of the unconducive environment.
Now, Senator, will it be fair, Senator? Just a moment. Will it be fair to say that it will be shut down even when it has not been given a proper consideration? It has not gone through the second reading or through the public hearing. Would it be fair to shoot it down at the first instant, at a first glance?
Yeah, it will be fair. In fact, it is the fairest thing to do. When you bring in something that people are allergic to it and people that don't like it, you just shut it down, and because we have more other business to do.
But I mean, is this the position of most of you and your colleagues from the northern part of the country about this Tinubu's tax reform agenda?
Yes, and I'm campaigning. I told them that last time that I'll campaign against it And I can tell you and I assure you that we are succeeding.
I mean, this is mostly political, isn't it?
You know, the whole Senate.
But what about the sensibility of that law, of the proposition of that bill, and the technicality of it, the good that it will have? We've not had a tax reform in a long time.
No.
And Tinubu government is trying to put one in place now.
Do you know what, Shegun? Let me tell you straight out. What this government needs to do is to reform the government, not to do reform in the taxes, not in the... Reform the government. You have people that are capable, that people that know Nigeria, people that are sensitive to Nigerians, feelings. That is when the government will perform well. But when you have people that don't know Nigeria very well, and then they keep on chunking out policies that is being dictated by IMF and the World Bank, that is not workable in Nigeria, then you will have a problem.
Well, Senator, just remaining. Mr. Matthew, quickly, sorry, apologies to bring you back. Yes, I need you to, in 60 seconds, is there any good in that bill? What I aggravate, there must be there are 4 propositions. There must be other parts of these propositions that are not this controversial and political.
Yeah, there are many good provisions in the bills. For example, company income tax rate is coming down. Number 2, all the earmark taxes, the different NASS, education tax, all those other additional taxes have been consolidated into one tax. Number 3 is that all basic items that most individuals in Nigeria, whether rich or poor, would need are exempt from VAT now. Food, children items, schooling items, all medication, all public transportation are all exempt in these bills.
So it takes the burden away from the average person, because it's the fear
so it's actually reducing the tax
people being
burden.
Taxed more should not be concerned. So are you giving us assurance that in that proposition, people are not being taxed more?
No, they are being taxed less. Even for VAT, we are talking about the deductions that are not allowable before are now being proposed to be allowed. Currently, if you are a business and you buy a vehicle for your business and you pay VAT, under the current legislation, you cannot get a refund for that VAT on your vehicle. In this proposal, now you can get a deduction for the VAT you paid on your assets for business purposes.
So there are more good in that bill.
There are more goods. And even this controversy, in my view, is the product of not properly understanding the basis for it.
All right. Let me put the tax to you and your friends at the FRS. Can you from tomorrow put snippets of what this bill and the good that it has for Nigerians? Let everyone be able to see. Put it online.
We've started.
Please, and let's have more education. Senator, you heard what Matthew said here. Does that somehow give you some kind of rethink about your position?
Not at all. What you need to do is to withdraw the bill, go and educate Nigerians, make us understand. We are representing the people. The people that we're representing have already spoken. The governors, our traditional rulers have said that the bill is not good. So the best thing to do is to immediately withdraw it, then go back to these people, educate them if you want to educate them. Once they are satisfied, we from the political class will be willing to do what our people want. But right now, what are people saying now is that they don't want that bad tax. They don't even want to hear about it.
All right, let's take a breather.
So that is why we are going to make it dead on arrival.
Wow. Let's take a breather, Senator. But when we come back, I'd like to get your view on what happened today in the prosecution of those persons arrested for the End Bad Governance protest. Now, there is a withdrawal of that matter in court. They've been freed and rehabilitated. I'd like to get your view when we return from this break, everyone. Join us again. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us on the program. Senator Ndume, representing Borno South in the National Assembly, has been speaking with us from our Maiduguri studio. Thank you so much, distinguished. let's look at what happened today. The Vice President Kashim Shettima received some of those who were classified as minors. The court has freed them because the federal government lawyer today had entered into a withdrawal of that suit in court. They have been asked, the president has ordered that they be rehabilitated. Let me get your view first and foremost on that particular incident that caused an outrage in some Nigerians, especially the discovery of the fact that some of them are between the age of 12 and 15.
Well, let me first of all, start by quoting President Theodore Roosevelt, one of the famous American presidents. And he said, and I read, even I quote, patriotism means to stand by the country. It does not mean to stand by the president or any other public official, save exactly to the degree which he himself stands by the country. It is patriotic to support him insofar as he efficiently serves the country. It is unpatriotic not to oppose him to the extent that by inefficiency or otherwise, he fails in his duty to stand by the country. In either event, it is unpatriotic not to tell the truth, whether about the president or anyone else. Having said that, these boys or these minors are not supposed to be arrested anyway, because what they did was a protest, and protest is a constitutional right. So you see, the president has been embarrassed by his people, not only to the people of Nigeria or those affected, but even internationally. And there's this Hausa saying that the Mugura Agara Kintashi. It means that if instead of starting a bad dance, you should not do it anyway. These minors are not supposed to have been arrested, and it is not issue of rehabilitation now. It is issue of compensation. Because they have been wronged, their rights have been breached. I think the government needs to apologize to them and then pay them some compensation so that they will start their life. That is the best. Not to take them somewhere to say that you want to rehabilitate them.
So what do you say to the federal government
and
who
this
said
should not happen again?
During this protest, some of the pictures that we saw, the carrying of placards indicating removal of the present administration, the flying of the Russian flag on Nigerian soil, and so many things that happen, including the destruction of properties and all whatnot. These are some of the grounds upon which the police said they were being arrested.
Okay, that is an offense. I'm not saying that they are all right, but these are minors. You said these are minors. When you arrest them, then you do the appropriate thing. When we are children, if we do a wrong thing, maybe you will say, okay, you have committed certain offense which is against the Nigerian country, and then you receive 3 lashes. They lash them 3, go home and don't do it again. But here you keep them for 90 days, 3 months, and some of them are innocent. I mean, this is bringing bad name to a Democrat. President Tinubu is known to be a Democrat. He fought for democracy. And now that he's in power, he should be promoting democracy, not promoting any kind of government that is unacceptable to people of Nigeria.
Are you saying this as a northern senator, or you are saying it as a Nigerian?
Well, I can't hear you now.
I'm saying, is this your point that you're making tonight
just a minute.
As a northern senator, or you are saying it as a Nigerian?
I can't hear you, please.
What about now? Can you hear me? I can hear you, Senator.
Okay, I can hear you now. I increase my
I'm
distance.
saying this is your position about this matter. Is it a position as a northern senator or as simply a Nigerian?
No, this is my position, and I believe that many northern senators or even senators agree with me. There are so many senators that have come out before me to cry about or to condemn that particular act. So it's not about Ndume. Besides, I'm speaking now with three caps. One, I have the right to speak as a Nigerian. Two, I am a senator representing Borno South. Three, I'm a senator from northern Nigeria. And four, I'm even senator of Nigeria. But let me tell you, Sheung, that what I'm doing is what I feel is right. Once you tell the president, you criticize the president for doing the wrong thing, and then you commend the president if he does the right thing. I've come out several times to commend the president on some of the actions that he has taken. And most of these actions, like this arrest of minors, if he's to come out as he did to say now they should be immediately released, and that was what happened. If he knew that these are minors, he wouldn't have ordered for the arrest. So those people that arrested them are the people now that are giving the president bad name.
Now, if you were president and in that circumstance, what would you do?
First, I will apologize to Nigerians and the children. Then secondly, I will take action against those individuals that I gave them responsibility to police or to handle these issues for doing it wrong and bringing a bad name to the country.
The reason why I asked that is that, Senator,
that it will not happen again.
Senator, you saw how some governors in the state declared state of emergency or declared curfew in their state due to the breakdown of law and order. So if you were president, where police officers arrested those they say have broken down, looting, assaulting people, and also destroying public property. If you were president, what would you do in that kind of circumstance? Would you allow the breakdown of law and order, or what would you do?
No, I will not allow for breakdown and order. I didn't say that you should have allowed for breakdown of law and order. But when that thing happened and it was getting out of hand, what the governors did in many states, including my state, was to declare curfew. That means everybody will be at home. And anybody that is on the street is arrested, it means he has committed an offense, and he should be immediately charged to court and punished for that, not keeping them for 90 days. That is very, very unfair, for God's sake.
That protest was #EndBadGovernance protest against your political party administration, because your party is in power. Some of those who are saying that there is hardship in the land. How do you feel as one of the promoters of the APC, the Bola Tinubu government? How do you feel that you promoted a party that some of these Nigerians are now saying is bringing them hardship? Are you regretting that kind of decision?
No, let me say that the president came out boldly at the beginning. He said that he's taking out some measures in order to make the future bright, and that they are painful, and that he understands what the people are going through. But then I say it is not acceptable. I will never support people taking laws into their hands, not to talk of destroying properties or whatever. But the way they managed the situation was very, 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 very bad.
No, Senator, what I'm asking is that you are one of those who said APC was the best option for Nigeria in 2023 election. The reason why they protested was because they felt that APC was not giving, or is not giving Nigerians what they expected. There is hardship in the land. Those are some of the premises and the reasons why they went on the street. And I'm asking you, Senator, can you face Nigerians today to say you were proud of your decision, considering what is happening to the average person who is crying of no food, hardship, and the plight of those who said things have gone so bad for them in this country? Senator, do you regret your action?
Well, first of all, let me tell you, it's not good to politicize every issue. This is a national issue that has to do with hunger, sufferings, increase inflation, and all that. And it is not wholly caused by this government. The only problem the government is having is how to manage this situation, which is global. And that is why people like us come out because this is the only means we have to voice out our opinion on the way things are being done, because there's no communication between most of us with the government. I've tried several times myself to have access to the president to give him alternative opinion on some of these measures. If we do that, Nigerians will understand with us. Nigerians know that the economic problem is global. Nigerians know that it is not Tinubu that created the problem. Neither was even the predecessor. It is a global issue, but the management is poor. And we must say it. And that's why I say that there are other alternatives. I gave you an example of Ghana on this tax issue.
Senator, Senator, apologies because we are totally out of time, but I'm begging you, can you please come into the studio when you get into Abuja so that we can have an extended, expanded, and a very proper conversation? Thank you so much, Senator Ndume. I plead with you. We need to close now.
Well, I can't say anything because I have to think. Last time I talked to...
But thank you, Senator. We need to go now because we're totally out of time. But please come into the Abuja studio as soon as you get into Abuja. Let's have an expanded conversation. But we need to go now because we're totally out of time. That's our show for today. Many thanks, everyone, for watching. I'm sure Kimbale. Bye-bye.